TikTok ads, whatever, you need to be looking at from your business how can I actually leverage multi-channels for lead generation. A business based on referrals is very problematic when it comes to wanting to go to PE they want systems. People are buying systems. And if all of the business is coming from your referrals, then you become the weakest link in the business. Because if you leave, do all the referrals go with you? So you've got to be building out that. Then we look at AEO, which is answer engine optimization, a buzzword you'll hear a lot of people talking about. Some people call it generative engine optimization, which basically means you go on to ChatGPT, you open up your phone, every one of you can do this evening, say who is the best company in my city, and see what comes up. If you're not on the list, that means AI is not recognizing you in AEO. People are moving more because it's a lot easier for me to go to ChatGPT and ask for a recommendation to have to go and search on Google. That is where it is moving. We are right at the beginning of this. This is like, and I'm going to address it in the slide, it's like Google in 2005. Right? How many of you think if you got on Google in 2005 and put a lot of effort in, where would your business be today? Hands up. Exactly, right? So this is the opportunity. And then we have AI SEO, where we're now using AI to do SEO because that's collapsing the cost. So when we look at speed to lead automation, 5-step system, I'll get out of the way here for you. Lead capture, no friction, right? You want leads coming in via forms, ads, chats, landing pages, zero delay, right? You do not need manual handling for lead generation now when it comes to AI. Then the qualification and the routing, getting them into your CRM, tagging them. What campaign did they come from? What location are they in? All of this is data that you can use to mine very effectively. Multi-channel response. I want text messages. I want emails. I want videos. Whatever it is that you can do to grab that lead's attention to get to them as quickly as possible in the least amount of time in multiple different ways. Smart follow-up sequences. We see now that it's taking anywhere from 7 to 10 follow-ups. A lot of people are I called the lead twice, it didn't answer. That's no good. People, how many of you, and I know 100% from my perspective, how many spam calls did you get a day on your phones? Voicemail, not answering it, right? If you think you're just going to be able to follow up a lead one time or two times, it's not going to work. You need an aggressive follow-up system, which is text messages, emails, and you have your dialers and your salespeople. And then conversion tracking and optimization. Every interaction with that customer should be tracked. Within your CRM, we talked about call tracking, and that's not just from the point of view we want to manage the data. You also want to understand what your sales team are doing. So video marketing. So this is where we differentiate ourselves a little bit. We do regular video marketing, but we actually create digital doubles of business owners. So we bring people into the studio, we take your image and likeness, we create an avatar that looks exactly like you, sounds exactly like you, that can now run all of your advertising campaigns. How many here just love shooting video and posting it on social media? Exactly, right? So this is the solution. The solution is creating an AI version of yourself that can show up on social media. It allows you to create massive amount of content at scale without actually having the overhead of time. And every one of us is trying to always claw back time. Then we also build AI influencers and brand avatars. I'm going to show you some examples of AI. We build custom AI influencers. I would arguably say we build some of the best looking custom AI influencers, but they work. And I'm going to show you some case studies and examples. AI generated commercials is a newer industry for me. Before, like if you had ads like the gecko with the insurance, this now, the cost to create those for your business is massively collapsing when it comes to AI. Multi-channel distribution. One avatar video can go on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, across the whole entire board for brand visibility, and then your performing-led optimization. When we're using AI avatars and influencers, we can test 50 different hooks, 50 different copy, 50 different captions, 50 different video creatives and style without any overhead in the business. This is all done in the background by systems. So something that would have cost you like thousands and thousands of dollars, not to mind the hours of recording, can now all be automated. So this is Samantha. She's one of our AI influencers. We probably need audio. But you can we have a look we'll see if they can get audio in the back on the video.
Seconds, you can get an instant roofing estimate and book a free roof inspection. Have you ever opened a letter from your insurance company telling you that you need a roof inspection just to keep your coverage? That's where RidgeCap Roofing comes in. In just 60 seconds, you can get an instant roofing estimate and book a free roof inspection where our experts will come out and assess your roof in person. Don't stay stuck wondering what it's going to cost to replace your roof. At RidgeCap Roofing.
So all 100%, these people do not exist. We have built them and created them.
I've got a question for you. Did you know that the official hurricane season in Florida runs through to November 30th? That means we're right on the tail end of the storm window. So if your roof hasn't been checked, now is the time.
Got a leak and not sure where to start? Yeah, that's never fun. But honestly, RidgeCap Roofing makes it super easy.
So you can see there what we're doing. We are creating AI influencers. We make them extremely attractive because sex sells, right? On the internet it does. And people are more likely to click ads where the ads are attractive. Then we're putting them in, we're adding content, creating the content, and running them into the lead generation. The problem with paid advertising, and I'm sure a lot of you in this room can testify, leads can be inconsistent. They're not answering the phone. You have to follow up to 10 times. You can have a lot of tire kickers who are just shopping around, and you can have a heavy dependency on great salespeople. But from our perspective, those problems, a lot of those problems, if you have the right CRM in place and the right follow-up process, can be solved. But the lead generation that we are seeing with AI influencers is like astronomical in what we're cutting on costs. So what you see here, this is one of our paid advertising campaigns that we ran all of last year. We got 642 exclusive leads at $64. When I'm talking about an exclusive lead, they came in, they filled out the form, we used aerial technology to get their address, we sent them the estimate and sent them the quote. We cut the lead cost of that client from $150 down to $64. And I want to talk about why that's important, because we are always working against an algorithm. Facebook AI, they've been running algorithms like since the beginning. The more that you get actual registrations, the more the algorithm learns, the more it targets the right people. So then we're seeing, so this is our from January, we can see the same client, they've had 109 registrations at a lead cost of 42. So now our lead cost was 64 in 2025, and now in 2026 it's gone down to 41. Of course, people are going to be a bit skeptical, so someone was in the group and they said, well, what's the schedule rate? What's the ROAS? All valid questions. And the answer is it's hard to say because all of these leads say in the follow-up process. However, we've closed $170,000 in jobs. So you look at the ad spend, we spent $4,400 and we closed $170,000 in new business. Who likes those numbers? I like those numbers, right? So this is what's possible with AI influencers, and whether you like AI or don't like AI, that is not what the point is. The point is, what is the data telling us? Are we able to collapse the cost of our lead by using AI-generated people? And the answer to that question is yes. So now let's talk about SEO and AEO, because this is very important. How people are now finding service-based businesses is changing. Old way, people used to go to Google, they'd search, click down through the rankings, they'll compare options and they'll make a call. Now, people are going in and asking ChatGPT, they get trusted names and they call immediately. I don't know if any of you have seen the new iPhone update, where now if you take a screenshot on your phone, there's an ask at the end of it and it goes automatically into ChatGPT. So now, Apple is integrating ChatGPT into their ecosystem. This is where we are moving. People are going to move away from traditional search and start asking the LLMs to give them the answer. And the thing is, people trust 100% what the LLMs are telling them. They think they're the best people. But what people don't realize, that data can be mined in the background, which is what we do in our company, is to help people rank on the LLMs. And this is a key mindset shift, and I want everyone, please pay attention when I say this. It is no longer about ranking, it is about being recommended. How do you get your business recommended on the LLMs? The other thing that people are facing a large challenge with, especially with PPC, is Google is now facing, and this is from Google, this extract is from Google, by Google, about Google, and it said there is a zero-click on search engines where more than 60% of Google searches in the US end without a click. So you're pouring your money into your Google ads knowing that 60% are never going to result in a click. The way people are searching is changing. So why this is happening faster than you think, there is 200 million weekly ChatGPT users. That's 200 million people asking questions of the AI every single day if everyone is leveraging it. And Google search integration. How many of you have seen when you search something on Google, you get this new Google AI overview? Right, that is coming for every one of your businesses. If you don't see it yet, it's coming as it's trickling down. So you want to be figuring out how can you start to control the narrative of what the AI overview says about your business rather than being controlled by the narrative. I had a company call me and say, we have a problem, our Google AI overview is not favorable. It's even though they had like dozens and dozens of like good reviews, there was a couple of negative reviews that the AI overview took. So there's an exercise that they have to retrospectively go back and fix that to try to get the ranking to give it a positive rating. You are at this point in time where by doing AEO, you can actually start to fix how the AI is recommending you. So when homeowners ask ChatGPT, who are the best roofers near me, and every single one of you should do this tonight. Who is the best roofer? Who is the best HVAC? Whatever it is, go into your ChatGPT and ask and see, do you come up? If you don't come up, you're losing the traffic. So this is one of a case study of one of our clients that we're working on. I just put in best roofing company in Fort Pierce. This is how it's presented. You can see here top roofing contractors in Fort Pierce, highly recommended and reviewed and trusted locally. That is our client. They are getting 68% of the search volume when people are searching best roofing companies in Fort Pierce. So every one of you needs to start looking at how do I become the one that's recommended rather than the one that is ranked. So the core problem is AI doesn't trust, it doesn't recommend businesses that it doesn't trust. And here is where we start to get into a whole new age of, we were all told, build our websites, get marketing copy, hire a great copywriter, write promotional material, and this is what's going to work. AI absolutely hates anything that's self-promotion because it cannot verify it. So what we had was stuff that was written for humans is now not written for machine learning, and we're having to go back and retrospectively fix it so that anything that we're saying can be cited and trusted. So the if AI probably doesn't know your roofing company, if it doesn't know your roofing company exists, then it's not going to recommend you. And it could be HVAC, plumbing, it doesn't matter, it's service-based. And every day you're invisible, your competitors are ranking ahead of you. So why traditional SEO is not going to save you? Because I know there's probably a lot of you in the room, because Aoife, I've invested tens of thousands of dollars in SEO. Everyone told me this is what I should do. And that is correct. That is what you should do, because you need to be ranking on Google and you need to have the AI overview, but now it's not enough. We are in an age where AI is changing it rapidly. So SEO focuses on keyword optimization, backlinking, page ranking, and like click-through rate. And these tactics work great for Google, but they don't work as well for AI. So most websites are optimized to persuade humans not to be understood by machines, and this is a key point. That worked when humans were the gatekeepers. That era is ending. Over the next 12 to 24 months, the search on LLMs is going to dramatically increase. So how AI decides who to recommend? First of all, it wants to know who the business is. Clearly identify, and I'm going to walk you through some case studies so you can see it. Clearly identify the specialization, no vague or generic positioning. Can it verify you're real? It goes out for citations. It's looking at, are you on the Better Business Bureau? Do you have any badges, recommendation? Does your Yelp, all of these different areas, how can it verify that you are who you say you are? And do they sound trustworthy? So this is important when it comes to the style of content we're creating, because now we want to do a lot more education-based content. Because when you look at LLMs is someone asks a question, the response gives them an answer. So if you are not doing content that's answering a question that the LLMs are asking, then it's not going to yield you the results that you want. So the companies who win are not going to be the biggest. They're not going to be the cheapest. They're going to be the ones who understand how to make AI trust them. So most service-based, the problems that we see in industry is generic website templates. We spend a lot of time, I think I've done like 5 in the last like 2 weeks, rebuilding websites to be for comprehension for machine learning. These generic website templates, best #1 roofing, best company, who says? That's what AI says when it reads that content. If you have self-promotional material on your website, AI is like, I'm not going to recommend that. How can I prove that? Where is the credibility? It's not a human reading this, and this is the mindset shift. It is a machine, and the machine is going to try to verify every piece of information before it recommends you. Inconsistent business information, a huge one, and I'm guilty of this as well. We're trying to clean it up. Your NAP, very important. Name, address, and phone number. Is there any variation across your name, address, and phone numbers across all of the directories? Does your LLC information match your business bureau? Have you had multiple offices, multiple locations? Have you changed? Have you updated your phone numbers? Are they the same across every instance of your business on the internet? If they're not, the AI is going to go, oh, I don't trust that. This phone number is over here, but I have that phone number over there, and that's going to cause you a problem. Sales first language. This is a huge one where anything that screams advertisement instead of genuine expertise and missing structured data. So I don't want to go too heavy into tech because this is my problem, not your problem. But on the back of every website, there's schema validation. There's local business schema validation. There's organizational business schema validation. There's frequently asked. That's how the machine reads the site. So you imagine it arrives in the back and it's reading all of these lines of code about how I can navigate. A lot of people don't have that cleaned up on their website, and therefore the AI is not able to read, and they call it LLM readability is the new word. They're not able to read it. So that's something that we fix. So one day we go in and like I haven't met another company yet who's taking it to the level that we're doing. We foundationally go in before I will work on doing any AEO or SEO for people. We fix the foundation. There is absolutely no point on you paying me to do SEO if I know the foundation is not correct. So we go in, we rebuild the website, we either redesign it completely or we just fix everything that is on the back end. So the 7-part foundation system, someone spoke to me, they said, oh, I have someone doing AEO for me. And I talked to them about this, they were like, well, they haven't done that. So this is important. If you've already invested in a company doing AEO, you need to ask them, have you done this stuff? And if you haven't, well, then it needs to get done. And like I said, whether my goal here is to educate, whether it's me or somebody else, this stuff needs to be fixed, right? So site alignment, make it crystal clear who you are. Content, exact questions and answers. Structured data, we got to fix the back end so it's machine readable. Citation alignment, our NAP, name, address, phone number, is it the same everywhere? Our authority positioning, our tone, and our validation testing to make sure we prove that it's working. So this is, because I'm a data person, so this is a company we took on just before Christmas. They came to me, zero visibility. Never having done SEO, never having done any AEO, and so they're 74 out of 100 now. I wish I'd taken they weren't even on the chart. So these are the things that we worked on, pillar by pillar: entity clarity and recognition, content depth, structured data, trust signals, question and answer alignment, geographic specificity, and content freshness. These are key areas that everyone needs to focus on. You can see all of the greens, and then we have needs improvement and weak, and I want to tell you why that is. So the first one is, and this is what AI is doing in the background, entity clarity and recognition. The AI is not recommending this business because the website footer has the name of the person, the founder's page has no second name of the co-founder, and the LinkedIn is not exactly matching what is on the website. Trust signal. AI doesn't like that. So this inconsistency makes it difficult for AI to confidently attribute expertise or recommendations. So then we have recommendations. This is how you fix it. This is to make sure that the machine is happy about everything that it's reading. The next one that we have, a very big one, is trust signals and social proof. And this is a significant gap. They had no Google business reviews on there. They didn't have a testimonial page. So they had their license number. They have an active Instagram feed and clear contact information. No testimonials, no Google review, no BBB accreditation, no SCNA, no press, no quantifiable results. The AI was looking at these things. They said, they're not there. I'm not recommending them. So these are all of the things that need to be fixed before you can actually successfully do an AI implementation. However, this is the output of where we are right now. The content is strong, the technical implementation is solid, the gaps are in trust and entity clarity. Fix those two pillars and this site could achieve 85 plus visibility and become one of the top AI public adjusters in Florida. I took this business 6 weeks ago. We have 6 months of a contract to work with someone, but because we fixed all of the foundation, now we're just going to start scaling, and we're doing anywhere from 8 to 30 pieces of content a month going out for our business owners. People say, Aoife, why are you doing that? Right now, there is such a window of an opportunity to dominate that I'm like, even if it is an overhead for my business to have to generate all of these content for people, those who do it are going to win, and they're going to win easily. So when we look at it, like I say, it takes 6 months. We do the foundational build. We do the learning phase where we're like constantly updating, and then we're doing the recognition. Every month there's reports that go out. I'm a numbers person. People lie, the data doesn't. So we go in. This is a perfect example of one of our platforms. You can see here, I'll just get out of the way, but I want to highlight to you, this is the client. I'm not telling them that they don't have visibility. The AI is saying 0% visibility. We track and measure all of our competitors so that we can see where they are, what they're ranking for, what AI content is ranking, and then we'll source it, we'll write either similar content or better content so that we can outperform them and outrank them. That alone, so there's any company that comes to me, we do on average 10 to 20 competitors analysis, and I can compare them, which is very valuable to see how they're performing. But if you're looking, let's look here, right, at the like 17%, 12%, 11%, 8%, 6%, they don't even have visibility. Like, it is so easy to dominate in this industry right now because most people don't even know that it's happening. Now, when you look at this, is one that we've been doing it a little bit longer, and you see here, they now have 28% visibility. The top performing is 33%, so we are just trailing a little bit behind them, but we're ranking number 3 with regard to what we're searching. So we track and measure all of the prompts. So then we have, we do anywhere from 25 to 75 prompts, and then we can now see our visibility, the sentiment, and how we're ranking. So if someone searches best roof repair in 4 peers, 67% of the time we're coming up in the answers. Affordable roof repair, 64% of the time. That's 6 out of every 10 searches, we're coming up as the number 1. Now, the only challenge when it comes to prompting is like, how many different ways can someone ask the same question, right? So that's why you got to create a lot of content to answer the questions in different ways to be able to rank. AEO today is like SEO back in 2005, and it is the next big wave. And I spoke at RoofCon, and I said to them, there's going to be 2 types of people in the room. There's going to be the people who hear what I'm saying today and take action. And when I meet you at a conference in 12 months' time, we'll be high-fiving each other for how present you are on the LLMs. There's going to the people who don't take action, who come back to me in 12 months, go, I wish I had taken action when you asked me to take action. And you get to decide which one of those people you want to be, because this is not slowing down. This is only going to speed up and get more rankings. So what happens if you don't wait? First of all, or if you wait, AI visibility compounds over time. It's self-learning. The more content that is done, the more the AI starts to trust it, and you build that trust indicator. Early movers get locked in. Like I said, get on Google on 2005. Where would you be with regard to your SEO ranking and domain authority today? And late movers are going to pay the price. Waiting 12 months could cost you 2 to 3 years to be able to catch up. So the cost of doing nothing, your competitors are going to get recommended ahead of you. You keep paying for ads while your competitors are investing more in AI, and you become irrelevant. And I don't like to, scare tactic people. I'm not here to do that. But in 2 to 3 years, you could become completely invisible if AI keeps moving. And I would argue to say it's not slowing down. And people and the way people are searching is changing. You do not want to become invisible. None of us have worked this hard or come this far to only come this far. So it's like, and I know this can be overwhelming and it can be a lot, but this is really a core focus of what you need to work on. So why you need to act now? AI search is growing faster than ever. Early movers lock in visibility, and late movers are going to pay the price. So if you're ready to get found by AI, so I'm just going to skip that one, doesn't matter. Your competitors aren't. Every day you're invisible is a day your competitors are building an advantage that's going to become harder for you to close that gap. So we have a tool, if you want to, you can scan that, I'll get out of your way. And you can run it, it'll do a free report for you if you want to scan that and get your, just put in, it'll give you a full SEO report, tell you what you're ranking, tell you what your traffic is, tell you about the problems on your website, and it'll also talk about your AI visibility